and said something about flights and airlines, and it emerged that Quick's sister had been in Korea for a week and had left that night. Mutual disappointment was expressed that she couldn't have stayed longer, and then Carla excused herself to go to bed. Yet once in bed, Carla found herself wakeful. She wanted to read herself to sleep with the murder mystery she brought along, but felt sheepish about entertaining herself in such a way under the circumstances. The book had a particularly lurid cover, unwarranted by its contents, and Carla had a highly developed sense of decorum, completely at odds with her usually highly indecorous behavior. The thought of her roommate, for some reason, entering her bedroom and finding her snoring over a fictional murder was what prompted her to sneak over to the door and push the doorknob locked closed ever so quietly. Back in bed, snuggling up with the book, she thought,
"This is ludicrous. I'm worried about embarrassing myself, so I locked the door while thieves could be climbing into this window right over my head."
She turned and checked the lock on the window, struck for a moment by the psychedelic light show created by the neon fan display, broken into random designs through the crinkled glass. Then she let the curtain fall back. Not much later, Carla was fast asleep. The book dropped to her side just 3 pages away from the inevitable second murder. Carla awoke late on a Sunday to a silent house. She took the path, donned a robe, and walked out into the living room, noticing again the warmth of the floors on her bare feet. The curtains were drawn over the glass doors to the balcony, and every light filtered into the room. There was a note on the table from Quick saying she'd gone to work alongside a new pack of pine trees. The note included detailed instructions on how to operate the dangerous-looking stove apparatus.
Nice of her,
thought Carla. She picked up the note and went into the kitchen, dug up a pan for water and a jar of instant coffee, and cautiously put the water on to boil.
"Hope I don't blow the place up,"
she muttered. This done, she went across the living room and opened the curtains, unlocked and slid back one of the doors and stepped out onto the balcony. The sky was a white ash gray. Far below, the swath of frozen yellow grass crisscrossed with paths separated the building from a green metal fence of a rectangular rat's maze design, beyond which lay the sidewalk and the 6-lane avenue choked with tiny traffic. At regular intervals, the sidewalks were what appeared to be deconstructed trees. They were not quite obviously tall, but they had no branches. Rather, they had short sawed-off stumps. Something drastic had happened to those trees. Carla vaguely laid this amputation to some disease or disaster. At less regular intervals on the sidewalks were lines of small, squarish orange polyethylene tents. Stretching away to the right was the avenue, and in the middle distance was the vast, low-gray prairie of apartment buildings, fading into the murky horizon. To the left was a 4-way intersection, complete with traffic lights, which seemed to have no effect on the never-ending stream of cars on the road. She gazed at the monster edifice across the way, its neon fans still working, though robbed of a bit of its glamour in the day. The huge clock read 12:05.
Somewhere in there has to be a coffee shop, newspapers, postcards.
She thought. She looked again at the formidable 6 lanes of traffic.
There must be some way to get across that damn road.
She shivered and went back inside. She poured herself a cup of scalding instant coffee. It was coffee, after all. Upon turning the jar around, she discovered the English side of the label. It was a well-known brand. She turned it again to examine the Korean lettering. It looked like a mechanical drawing diagram one might find aboard a UFO. A search of the cupboards yielded a loaf of bread, and in the freezer was a brick of butter. She tried without luck to penetrate it with a table knife, then picked up a kitchen knife from the sink and shaved off a thin square of butter and laid it on the toast where it melted like snow.
It's not exactly a banquet, but at least it's recognizable,
she thought, and she polished it off and herself a second helping. As soon as she was cleaning out, the front door opened, and before Carla had time to swoon, Soon Yu's voice called out,
"Hi, it's me. Anybody home?" "Hey, just who I wanted to see. Listen, how the hell do you get across that street?
Now, Carla waved vaguely in the direction of the balcony, and Sun Yu padded into the living room. The two went out onto the balcony. It wasn't until Sun Yu slid aside a window that Carla realized that the glass enclosure was in fact composed of windows. A blast of icy air took her breath away when she leaned out to have a look.
See?
Said Sun Yu.
See that subway entrance down there? Just go under and you'll come out on the other side.
Carla looked off to the left, and sure enough, there was a low structure that drew in and expelled pedestrians at a good clip. Brr.
Brr. Okay, let's go inside.
While Sun Yu was taking a shower, Carla readied herself for her first day in Korea and had another cup of coffee and a cigarette. Sun Yu came into the living room, vigorously toweling her hair and talking. Carla wondered if she had been talking in the shower the whole time. So easily did she refer to people and places, as if she supposed Carla knew what she was talking about. You might as well hold it.
Poor Eleanor is freaking out because Officer Joe called her twice last week and kept saying really obnoxious things and asking about that cat again. He's so stupid. And saying, why do you hang out with that Itaewon girl? We know she's a communist. Where to begin?
Where to begin?
Eleanor's who you went out dancing with last night?
Sun Yu nodded miserably. I don't think they would have guessed Sun Yu was nodding miserably, do you?
She's about the only friend I've got left, except for Mary and that fucking Officer George trying to get them against me. Said because my friends are foreigners. He thinks I'm a spy and a prostitute and everything. The prick. Eleanor's a teacher too? Yeah, I used to have many friends from here. The stupid police. They give us a breakdown with their stupid shit just because you went to sorry.
Is this what this lady's like or what?
Yeah, she's like. With Mary and Beverly, that weekend, she talked really fast. Mary and Beverly, that weekend, Officer Joe kept saying, asking, what happened? I know you were doing drugs right now. And I suggested, look, I told you we were only mountain climbing. Now she's gone, and she was one of my best friends. Everything has been all screwed up ever since Beverly's accident.
Sun Yu puffed furiously on her pine tree.
Sorry, I'm lost. Who's Beverly? What happened to her? A burglar got in. That's the way Korean thieves are. They can't leave a person alive to be a witness. Now, just because Beverly was a foreigner, the Korean police want to stick their noses in everyone's business. Oh, Beverly was the victim. And Lester left, and that's enough. Even some new guy left. He had just gotten in. What did they care? Nothing. Just asking, searching. Everyone's apartment. They're just fucking idiots. Now they're even bothering my boyfriend. What if I lose him? He's German. His visa is running out. What did I do? Let him redo it. The damn police.
Sun Yu seemed on the verge of tears. Sun Yu seemed on the verge of tears.
How awful for you, and quick too. Then he told me about her finding Beverly. It's a good thing you've been able to stay with her. I'm surprised she stayed on. She must be a Betsy woman. Mary says she has to stay. She needs to pay off her college loan. Ella would not pay for her ticket back anyway, even though she has terrible insomnia. The poor kid, she does look worn out. Her contract is almost up anyway. I wish you'd renew it. I'm going to lose all my friends. Oh no, what time is it? I have to get to work.
I'm sorry. Sun Yu jumped up and dashed into her room, reappearing moments later in a trim suit and stockings, her hair slicked down. She rummaged through the shoes in the entranceway for a pair of pumps, even as she struggled to get into a wool coat.
Oh God, I'm late. Goodbye.
Come on, what's the next line?